There are moments in Hollywood that feel accidental, but land like a verdict. Amy Poehler standing on that Golden Globe stage celebrated, unbothered, and unapologetically herself was one of those moments. No drama, no victim narrative, no long explanation. Just recognition earned through years of work. And in an industry currently exhausted by entitlement stories, that contrast didn't just sparkle, it stung. Because while Amy was being honored for contribution, craft, and consistency, Meghan Markle's public brand was once again being debated for something very different: perception over performance. What made this moment explode online wasn't something Amy Poehler explicitly said about Meghan Markle, because she didn't name her at all. It was what she represented. Poehler's long-standing message, repeated across interviews and podcasts over the years, has always been blunt. Talent alone isn't enough, and fame without substance doesn't last. When fans revisited those comments alongside Meghan's ongoing struggles for mainstream Hollywood acceptance, the internet did what it always does: it connected the dots. And those dots painted a brutal picture: one woman celebrated for quietly delivering, the other criticized for loudly demanding. Meghan Markle's problem has never been ambition. Hollywood respects ambition. Her problem has been framing herself as deserving of prestige without putting in the traditional work that usually precedes it. Amy Poehler's appeal is the opposite: consistency. You know what you're getting. You trust the product. That trust is why her Golden Globe win felt earned, and why Meghan's ongoing quest for validation feels forced. This isn't cruelty, it's consumer judgment. What really intensified the backlash was timing. Meghan has spent years positioning herself as misunderstood genius in a hostile system, while Amy's moment reminded viewers that the system does reward women who grind without demanding constant applause. That doesn't mean Hollywood is fair, but it does mean it notices effort. The silence from major studios around Meghan's project speaks louder than any headline. Power listens to results, not narratives. Online reactions weren't just mean, they were analytical. Commentators pointed out that Amy Poehler rarely centers herself as a victim, even when she could. Meghan does the opposite. And in 2026, that approach is wearing thin. The cultural mood has shifted. Audiences now reward accountability over outrage, substance over symbolism. Meghan's brand is still stuck in 2021, while the industry has moved on. This isn't about hating Meghan Markle. It's about acknowledging reality. She aimed high, but she tried to shortcut credibility. Amy Poehler's Golden Globe moment didn't call Meghan out by name, it didn't have to. It showed what having what it takes actually looks like: longevity, humility, output, and respect earned quietly. That contrast was devastating precisely because it was unspoken. And that's why this moment lingered. Not because Amy Poehler attacked Meghan Markle, but because she didn't. She just stood there, trophy in hand, embodying everything Meghan keeps asking to be granted. In Hollywood, that's the loudest criticism of all. The irony is that Meghan Markle keeps insisting she wants to be judged on her own terms, yet every major comparison drags her back to the same uncomfortable place: results. Amy Poehler's career doesn't rely on reminders of who she is or why she matters. The industry does that for her. Studios keep calling, audiences keep showing up, and awards keep landing because the value is proven. Meghan's post-royal era has been the opposite: heavy promotion followed by muted impact. When Spotify quietly ended their deal, when Netflix output slowed, and when announced projects failed to materialize at the promised scale, the gap between image and execution became impossible to ignore. Hollywood doesn't blacklist loudly, it simply stops returning calls. What makes this contrast sting even more is that Meghan had advantages most aspiring creatives never get: global visibility, elite access, and instant attention. Amy Poehler built her credibility without any of that, which is why her Golden Globe moment resonated as a cultural correction. The message audiences took wasn't cruel, it was sobering. Fame can open doors, but it can't keep them open. At some point, charisma has to turn into craft, and storytelling has to replace self-story. Until that happens, Meghan Markle will continue to orbit relevance without landing it, while figures like Amy Poehler move forward quietly, steadily, and rewarded for actually delivering.